Good morning to Sunday service. I am the crypto apostle, as they say. To get some stuff out of business, obviously, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor, so all of this is opinion for entertainment purposes in some regards, and not financial advice. Duh. We get all this out of the way. This is the Crypto Apostle. We do a lot of trade analysis for the last week, see where we are, where we might go, where we could hopefully go, which would be really great. We like that. We're going to be looking at some Glassnode today, looking at all sorts of different charts, maybe even looking at some of your favorite little poop coins, because some of you people like some poop coins. I don't like poop coins. Poop coins go poop. I'm barely having my second coffee right now, and these are big coffee mugs. I'm a total and utter addict. I will be answering questions on the YouTube stream, and we'll be answering questions also on the DexStrats Discord, which I should bring up and make sure that I actually have in front of me. These are always so fun. Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, that's the wrong movie. And I've got one of those beautiful mechanical keyboards. Good morning, Rosalie. Good morning, Christopher and Albavi. Hey, guys. I'm just going to copy over the link. And Mr. Jack was on here bright and early. Copy over the link. Make sure everyone knows where we are. And we are wonderfully and beautifully live. Guys, you know, it's been one of those weeks. It's been one of those weeks. And in fact, sometimes it feels like it's been one of those 2 months. Because it just does not want to do what we want it to do. And I get that. I get that everyone wants the market to move fast. Everyone wants the market to move hard. Everyone wants to get short-term gains and get them a lot of big short-term gains. And no one wants to think about the 4-year picture or the 8-year picture. And I am here to tell you guys to look at the 4-year and the 8-year picture because it's not going away. And you've got a chance now to buy a lot of things at a discount that you can just hold on to. And I know everyone wants to pay off a house or pay off a car. But really, when you look at things and the price of Bitcoin is going up and the price of Ethereum is actually going up and staying up and doing quite well, it has become disconnected yet again from Bitcoin, which I think we should all applaud. I wish I had like a little button to do like an applause right now. Yay, it's become disconnected. And it should. And a lot of these should become disconnected from each other. It's just how it's going to be. Ethereum is going to become disconnected. Cardano is going to become disconnected. They're all going to eventually become disconnected, but you have to understand that we're dealing with something that's only like 10 years old. So even when we're looking at like trading analysis and everything else, none of it is really proven over the long term, and we deal with a lot of manipulation. Now, this last week, did we deal with a load of manipulation? Maybe. Maybe it's just we ran out of steam. We've been really right up there at the top of supply in profit and at the top of a number of on-chain metrics, which have been saying we needed to cool off for a little bit. So we are very much cooling off, and things are starting to look much better. I know it's terrible for everyone's books, and there are people who get into the hopper and start doing DexStrats like really at the wrong moments, and there's no way of telling someone there's going to be a right moment. We do our best to get you guys prepared at any point. Like someone entering today is probably in a much better position than someone who entered. I'm looking at my daily chart. Anytime in the last like 5 to 10 days. Oh, it's never good when you're coming in at the top. But I mean, do consider Bitcoin was only like $10,000 at the beginning of December. So it's not like it's dropped dramatically. We're fine. We're all going to be fine. So without further ado, I see we've got a bunch of people still coming on. Thank you guys for joining us. Do smash up that like button. Do please subscribe to the channel. We've been getting subscribers pretty fast, which is always excellent and awesome. Let me check the Discord. There we go. Okay, and so without further ado, I am switching us over to our favorite view. We're going over to here. Do I want to be on that side? I don't know if I want to be on that side. I'm going to be over on this side. I'm moving. There we go. I moved. So, Bitcoin, this is our Bitcoin daily chart. Guys, when things look crazy, things look insane, please go up to the higher time frames because they tend to start making a lot more sense. And I do recommend using the Heiken Ashes because tends to point out the trend a lot better. And yeah, we're headed down. We've been headed down, but it seems like this is looking better. I almost want to say we've been trading basically sideways since the 14th of March. So that would be about a month and a half of sideways trading, which has at various times been very good for us. I know I put in probably a profitable week in there at the midpoint. You have to consider not every week is going to be in profits. There's going to be a lot of stuff that goes into the reds and then fights its way out, chews its way out. There's not too much crazy to say about this aside from it's been very sideways. We did hit an all-time high. I mean, that's the time frame in which we started going sideways to hitting an all-time high is basically a month. You know, we were a month between. So we did our pullback for about 12 days, and we were about 19 days in when we hit almost right around flat with where we had previously been at the top. So if we do account for that possibility, where are we right now on this? We're about 10 days in. So maybe we start heading up would be really nice. And where we look at possibly heading up is we go over to the SOPR. The SOPR is a fantastic metric, the spent output profit ratio. Fantastic metric to find out where we've possibly hit those bottoms in the corrections. You notice over here on February 27th, we did go underneath the magic number 1. And that usually signals that we are about a day away from going up. Similar to over here, we bottomed out underneath 1, and we are only 1 day away. And it is starting to signal that we're going to head up. We've got some things to consider when we're heading up, of course. If you are looking at charts along with me, we're going to look at our Bitcoin April CME, our futures. And we were at 50,475 on the CMEs when that closed on Friday, which means that tonight, and I always screw this timing up. My time at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that, the CMEs turn back on, and we usually wick into the CME. So we're right around within $500 right now of where they closed on Friday. Now, CMEs, I personally think, are just stupid because we are a totally different market. We're 24/7, and we should have absolutely nothing to do with these stupid CMEs, which don't even trade physical Bitcoin. They're paper traded. I can't. I just can't anymore. It's irritating, it's annoying, but, you know, it's what we deal with. So, yeah, we are right around there. So, I mean, probably no explosive volatile movements until CMEs open up. Things could go down, things could go up. Things are trending in the downward movement right now. But, you know, we've got some resistance around the 45,000 range, and we've been kind of popping off of this resistance around 49, 48,000. If you really want to get into fibs, we do have our swing low to swing high, and up. Yep, and that's been putting us basically right in this nice little trough right here, 0.786, 0.618. If this separates out and starts separating above it, that could be good. You know, these things, they line up usually. It's kind of weird how they do that. It's magic. Who knows? Maybe. I always feel like a lot of this is just trying to make sense out of something that is something you just can't make sense out of. It's chaos. And a lot of us try to make sense out of chaos because it is a tough thing for a human mind to deal with. Yeah, so Market Cipher is looking pretty positive. I mean, as you can see down here on the Market Cipher V, we are heading in towards something that looks like within a time frame or two, within a day or so, we might get our nice green dot. The green dot, of course, usually does signal when that market is going up for quite a while. And you can see a lot of the different colorful things and pretty things and things are all starting to look like they usually do prior to when we get that. Yeah, the MACD is, of course, also looking like it's heading towards another flip. That's just the way things are. You know, you head down, you cool off for a little while. I think, is it the daily RSI? That's a very, very good thing. Let's see. RSI. Let's throw on an RSI. Daily RSI is heading into oversold, which is great. We want this is the farthest oversold we have been for a very long time. The last time we were this far into oversold was September of 2020, prior to the start of the run-up. So this is very good. We're going through a period of time in which we're resetting a lot of these indicators and things. And doing a reset is fantastic because we have, according to predictions, according to stock to flow and everything else, so much higher to go. I see someone else says, hey, select a VIP. Hi to you as well. So as I'm saying, we have so much higher to go that we really do need a reset, because if we're going to hit $250,000 for a Bitcoin, we can't be completely overbought. It's going to pull back. When things are 100% in profit, people sell. It's just the way it works. We can't go and like lock them up and prevent them from selling. They're going to sell. A great way of finding that out, percent of supply and profit. Obviously, the other day before we started dropping, we hit 100% supply and profit. You're just going to drop. And now my head's in the way. I can see my head's in the way. So I'm going to move my head over to the other side. That's funny. Maybe I should have a preset that does this. Whoop. There we go. Over to the other side. So when you hit 100% of supply and profit, you always rocket off of that. The next day, so like at 8 o'clock at night, I'm like, oh, we're 100% in profit. We're going to have a pullback that starts now. And sometimes it pulls back briefly and then pushes back up, like we saw over here in February on one of its run-ups. Once that velocity really gets going, it'll bounce up, bounce down, bounce up, bounce down, day in and day out. But you know, over here, we really have the steam out of the system. We hit 100%, and we popped all the way down. Now, we are way down. There are a lot of people out of profit. In fact, we haven't been that far down since, oh, dear me. Yeah, October 6th of 2020. So as you can see, a lot of our indicators are getting reset to the September-October area. This is fantastic because this is when all the movements started. In a perfect, beautiful, gorgeous, lovely world, I'm going to say that one more time, if we were to do exactly the same move, we're talking about a 500% move from that period of time. That would mean we're dealing with a $250,000 Bitcoin. So you have to consider all of these pieces. I know I want to make money today. I want to make money today, this hour. I want to pay off my car today, this hour. But that is just not today. That is tomorrow. That is the future. And I really want you guys to take that amount of time to consider whether you really do want to pay off the car, whether you really do want to pay off the mortgage, because I promise you, once you start becoming a true believer and you see that, shoot, we're way up there. Can this keep going up? Yeah, it keeps going up. It keeps going up. It keeps going way up, because when you're dealing with the stock to flow X model, which is kind of our gold standard Bible for where this market is going, we are hitting 250,000 this time around as what we're snapping in and around. Think of it kind of like a trapeze in which you're bobbling one side and the other side. It's really thin. You're never really going to be totally on top of it, no matter how hard you balance. You're always kind of little to one side or the other side. So we're going to be around 250,000, give or take a bit, this bull cycle. And then next bull cycle, we hit 5 million. Yeah. One thing I learned is not to panic. I love DCAing. I do too. I love dollar cost average. And remember, there are the two different types of dollar cost average. There is the type that your hopper does that halves your position, or 60% is your position in. If you do the 3 times, I don't. I think some other people might. But there is also the daily DCA or monthly DCA. You should have a HODL. You should be making sure that you are putting Bitcoin away and you are not selling Bitcoin. You want long-term Bitcoin holdings. If you don't have long-term Bitcoin holdings, then, I mean, I don't know what I can do for you. Like, honestly, it's been on the stock to flow. It's going to eat gold. Gold is a $10 trillion market. It's going to eat bonds, which are a huge market. I think bonds is like 20 trillion or something. It's going to eat the M1 money supply. It's going to eat all of these things. Now, once it's eaten these things, is it going to break out? And are like Ethereum going to come in and take a little bit out of it? Is Cardano going to come in and take a little bit out of it? And when we're looking at that statistic, what we're really looking at is Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin dominance describes how much of the crypto market is controlled by Bitcoin. And that's about 51%. Is it going to be 51% forever? Obviously not. We've gone as far down as 30-some% in the previous market, 35%. We thought that was about where Ethereum might flip Bitcoin's market cap and start flipping it. And it didn't. I don't think Ethereum's going to do that. I think Ethereum is just going to be kind of a secondary, very good project, secondary project that's going to eat in. And maybe Ethereum will at one time take up 25% of the market. Maybe it'll even grab higher than that. Ethereum dominance is currently at about 15%. It's not the highest it's ever been. It's not. And it may never really get too high past 15 or 20% or 25%. Not saying it won't. Just saying it might not, because there's a lot of projects now that are very competitive. You have Cardano, which does the same thing and does it better to a certain extent. The smart contracts are coming. When the smart contracts come and Cardano has staking, which Ethereum doesn't really have, and it has cheaper fees, which Ethereum definitely doesn't have, when it costs you, $30 to change $200 of Ethereum into something else, its fees are way too high. We're not in that world anymore, Vitalik, if you're listening, and I know you're not. Probably not. I hope not. I don't know. Anywho, so there's going to be a lot of projects that will probably eat into Bitcoin's market. That's just the way it is. We're going to have one thing come in and gobble stuff up, and then we're going to have stuff come up behind it and gobble little pieces out. People still use Internet Explorer. As much as none of us want to admit, people still use Internet Explorer. People still use Internet Explorer. There are still some people who prefer Backstreet Boys to NSYNC. I know these are examples which do not totally mesh, but you kind of get my point, I hope. Dreadnox on Scalper, DCA is set to 6%, recommended move to 10%. Let it drop that far. Honestly, the market is so volatile and unpredictable, I would keep it where everything is set for defaults. Defaults are good things. If you start playing around with defaults, people can't help you as much. And I love customizing. I'm a huge customizer. I've customized a lot when it comes to hoppers. I'm currently playing with a shorting hopper, which is not performing too well. I think the feature is immature and has a lot of work that needs to be done and probably needs a strategy specifically for it. I know Dex is working on something for it, but the way it is currently set up just doesn't work. I have two Bitcoin base hoppers. One is shorting with DCA and one is just doing DCA. And the DCA one is doing substantially better. Substantially better. It is so volatile, but I think as long as Bitcoin dominance is under 55% or so, I think it is okay. And this is opinion. This is opinion. I think it is okay to trade with Bitcoin base. There are a lot of us, or maybe just a minority of us, who would prefer to have Bitcoin and prefer to get more Bitcoin. And so I got to work on those corners. I got to turn my corners off. I have all these things set up from back in the day. Hey, Silas, watching the live stream, was wondering, you showed the stock to flow model a few times now. Would Bitcoin even reach high numbers without all the companies and banks investing in it? That is a really good question. Would it? I think just by the very nature of it becoming strong money that it's going to be companies and banks. And so stock to flow X is the newer version of stock to flow model. It's taking a model that was generally used to predict gold prices, and it's throwing it onto Bitcoin. Is it always going to work? Maybe, maybe not. But I think that it's scary and it's eerie, and it makes me just want to hodl more. Honestly, I just want to hodl more. I just want to have more, because for me, and I think a lot of us who are under a certain age, having financial freedom that grows and builds into something within 10 years is a lot better. And that's where we start talking about all of these fear things. Bitcoin is an asset. Bitcoin is an asset that you will likely not sell. I know that sounds odd, that you would own something that is worth a lot of money, potentially next bull cycle 5 million per. So even if you have a fraction, you'll be doing okay. Even if you have a tenth of a Bitcoin, you'll be doing okay. Even if you have a 1% of a Bitcoin, you'll be doing okay. It is an asset. It is something that you will collateralize. You will loan it out to a company that wants to borrow it for a little while, and you will receive cash for it in return. You may do it for a long while, and you may receive cash over a period of time. You may stake it. You may... there will be so many options. There's already short-term collateralized loans for Bitcoin. You can, at this point, I believe, there's one company that's doing 15,000 cash for a Bitcoin, and the periods are very slow. It's a very short period of time. So you gotta look at those things. But I think there's going to be a lot of options as we move forward. So what else do we got today? That supply and profit, we did hit the 100%, and we popped all the way down. That's just going to happen. Exchange outflow volume. This is a great way of looking at stuff and how hard and fast it's leaving the exchanges, which is a great way of seeing when we're heading towards pumps. So we do like to see Bitcoin leaving. And this is where we start talking about our supply squeeze, which is coming up. We definitely have a supply squeeze that's heading in. Believe the exchanges added a little bit of Bitcoin. Let's go back down to our 3-month time frame. They added a little bit of Bitcoin the last few days, but overall, it's mainly heading down. Coinbase has flatlined and started to tail off again. They've had 750,000 Bitcoins or thereabouts, give or take 20, 30, 40,000. Hey, Dario. Good to see you, Go Taste. Hope you're doing well. Coinbase. Binance, I believe, is adding. Yep, Binance has been adding. Binance is where most of the retail traders are. Coinbase is where most of the institutional traders are. So the institutions are going to buy. They're going to pull it off. They're not going to be selling. They're going to be using it as an asset on their balance sheets. I think it was Bitstamp that did the big sell the other day. Yep, it was Bitstamp that sold us 40,000 off. So yeah, exchanges are losing overall. In the long term, they have been losing Bitcoin at a pretty rapid rate. We've gone down in the last 6 months from about 2.65 million on the exchanges down to 2.4. And that is going to keep going down because we are chewing through more Bitcoin than is created every day, which means the price is going to go up. The more people buy, the more price goes up. So maybe that answers the question a little bit better we had over from the Discord, that chances are it would go up maybe at a different rate, Val, than it currently is, but it would go up because as people buy more and there becomes less supply available, the value is just going to skyrocket. So yeah, just throw out your questions, guys, when you have them, and I will get to them. Yeah, we have crypto Twitter. I have a little list, crypto Twitter. Another thing with Bitcoin, why I'm hesitant to jump into anything, there is a lot of uncertainty of direction. An hour ago, Lucas Davidson does a lot of TA. He's a good person to follow. Louis777. Yeah, there is a lot of uncertainty. Are we totally reset yet? We might not be reset. We've got a long ways up to go, so we've got to reset a lot of these different indicators. We've got to enter into way oversold so that we've got a lot of upward momentum to do. Yeah, it'll be fine. I know people are kind of quiet because we all get really down when this stuff happens because it's so volatile. It runs us all crazy. But look at the really good movers. Like I'm looking at Polygon right now. Matic is almost at 40 cents. It's been relatively stable. It has not really dropped as badly as Bitcoin did. Neither did Ethereum. Cardano also, buck and change. It's not below $1. And it's recovered better than Bitcoin did. These are good things. These are good things for those of us who bot trade because we want the altcoins to move. We really do. And if the altcoins are moving and Bitcoin is staying relatively stable, we're going to make more money because the altcoins are crazy volatile. They're insanely volatile. I had someone ask me about the really top coins the other day, and there's a couple lists going around. I usually work with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Matic, of course, our Polygon, ZRX, Atom, OMG. A lot of these are very, top movers. They're not our poop coins. I know people have me look at poop coins occasionally. What's a poop coin look like? This is a poop coin. This is a poop coin. This is Ren. Ren is a poop coin. Because until it reaches a new all-time high, it is just down, 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 down. That is a poop coin. Another poop coin, File, really got us all going. It has fallen out of its fibs. It's falling out of its fibs regularly. And it is heading, it's lower lows. Lower highs and lower lows, and I don't know that Filecoin's going to come back. That was a fun one while it lasted. You do you, I'll do me on that one. What else we got? Link is usually pretty darn good. Yeah, Link has been putting in higher lows and higher highs as well. Safe, I don't even get me started. All of these people with their Doge I can't. At the end of the day, you can put your fiat into a fiat that is not the government. Go for it. That's where you want it. You have zero trust in the government, so you're going to put it into something else. You're a total anarchist. You're going to put it into SafeMoon. You're going to put it into Doge. Fine. Enjoy the pump. But don't get greedy. If you get greedy, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to get wrecked. Get it out. Get it into something that's solid. If you don't like the idea of having, Satoshis, you don't want to be someone who's like, I've got 10,000 Satoshis, man. You want to be someone who actually owns one of something, then, you've got your Ethereum, you've got your Cardano, you've got your ZRX, you've got your Polygon, you've got your Stellar Lumens, which has been kind of middling. I've been trying to. It's not. Stellar Lumens is not looking good. It's retesting much lower levels than it should really be retesting right now. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like when you're dealing with Litecoin. Litecoin has not hit actual new all-time highs, and I got to go out for the weeklies to really kind of show you that. This is poopy. This is really poopy. That is not something I like to see. And they've got a dead cat bounce right over here in 2019. And we still have not really hit those all-time highs that we previously hit. Are you currently investing in some trustworthy DeFi as a side passive income investment? I do Cardano. Cardano is great for some really consistent side passive income. Cardano for me is a 2 bull cycle hold, really. This is Cardano's first bull cycle, and this is Ethereum's second full bull cycle. Don't totally quote me on that. Ethereum, when was Ethereum released? We'll go out to our monthlies. So Ethereum was released in June of 2016. So that was the first bull cycle. That is the second bull cycle. So Cardano really early. There's a good chance that maybe next bull cycle is when we'll see a lot of big moves. I'm tracking kind of the $5 range, $3 to $5 for Cardano this cycle. And then if Cardano goes up to $8, I will be taking some profits because Papa likes to buy himself some gifts. I just do. There are things I like. Maybe I want to pay off a credit card or something. Or maybe I want a new camera. Yeah, Cardano, it's going to do what it does. And it's very hard to see where things are going to go until you're another bull cycle in. Why do I have Cardano twice on my... Why am I tracking it twice? I've got one on Coinbase. And where is this? I've got one on Binance. Oh, probably because I was looking at... Look at this. It did go up to almost $2 on Coinbase. I can't look at that. I think everyone will start getting frightened if I start looking at that chart because it gives everyone flashbacks. Hey, we all thought it was going up. It did do what it did. Let me pop up the Discord real quick. Yeah. People are so quiet today. Hey, I get it. So yeah, there's that. Our FUD tracker over on Daily Hodl, Michael Vandepop, who I do follow online, says traders are in disbelief. Well, are traders in disbelief? Are traders in disbelief? That is the question. And the best way to check that is over on our favorite little friend over here, the Nupal, which is not loading. Why is it not loading? Oh, welcome to New York. It's like sirens all the time. I couldn't turn them off if I wanted to. For some reason, we're not loading our Nupal. Am I having trouble with Glassnode? Glassnode, come back, Nupal. Okay, so this is our Nupal. Net unrealized profit loss. We're going to pull out. We're going to go 2 years maybe. So when you're heading into kind of the... I don't think we're necessarily disbelief. I think we've got a lot of believers at this point. Maybe if we go below the 0.6, we're heading into disbelief at this point. But I still think we've got a lot of believers in this market right now who really, really believe it can pump. Now, do they have the money and the cash available to aid in the pumpage, the pamp it up? That is a good question. I don't... I don't think a lot of people have a lot of extra money right now. We're all kind of in. If you look out over 5 years, what usually happens is that we head up through belief. We head into euphoria. Euphoria sticks around for usually just about a week. We bounce up and around euphoria. And that's where the real market moves happen. That is where... Why is the dollar... Normally there's like a dollar curve here to show you how much it's having trouble. It's clearly having trouble right now. I don't know why it's having trouble, but it's having trouble. Normally it has like how much the Bitcoin is worth on there. This was right around 20,000. That was when we hit 20,000 back in 2018. And then we reset and we went into bear winter. So we have not, according to the new poll, reached anywhere close into our euphoria yet. And look how far, look how long it did take. Now, it did not bounce off like we did this time around. Last time around, it got close, but it did not bounce off. And that tooltip is getting in the way of showing you guys. But it did not bounce off the 0.75 versus this time around where we did clearly bounce off the 0.75. On February 21st, we bounced off the 0.75. This is yet again another metric that I use to say, okay, we've got a correction coming in. That one, I believe, came in. It was a Sunday, and I was like, guys, watch out. We could have a correction coming as early as by the end of this week, and I was 4 days off. It started almost immediately. Almost immediately. But those of us who did take that time and make sure we had fiat available were able to deal with it. And this time around, we're doing the live streams, so everyone is going to see this data as it happens, day of. Same as, supply and profit. We hit 100%, like 100%. We're going to bounce off. Now, are we going to bounce up and down? We didn't. We bounced down hard. We went down. Something I'm kind of playing around with and tracking is using percent of supply and profit, and also using the ASOPR, the adjusted supply profit. And that is starting to give me some kind of like good ideas with where movements possibly are going. We have the percent of supply and profit is going down. The ASOPR is front running it and saying that we're about to head up. So these, it seems to be that one of them front runs the other one, and it looks like they front run each other depending on which one is on which side of the market. So I'm going to be playing with this a bit and seeing if it's possible to really start seeing a day in advance. Okay, we're going down, or okay, we're going up. These within a day of each other, we're saying, hey guys, something's probably screwing around. We're heading down. And one bottoms before the other. Yeah. ASOPR bottomed out first. So if we bottomed out first there and we're headed up, then I'm thinking things are going to be good early this week. I really do. I'm very positive. I see Matic almost back up to 40 cents again. That's amazing. I see Cardano pushing at 115. I see Ethereum getting ready to push up to 2,500. Is Ethereum going to have some big moves this week? On our daily, we're looking at a consolidation pattern, higher lows. Yeah, we're consolidating, and the RSI is trying to reset. That RSI probably needs to reset a bit, so we probably have some downward momentum to move. Maybe we'll hit around, let's get a fib up there. If we were doing our swingity swings, we may be bouncing off of the 2150 territory a bit as it tries to reset the the RSI. So be prepared for some downward movement. Maybe be prepared to set up a buy down there, 2150. If you're doing some long-term trades and you're setting some early trades up on the market, that would be a good place to look in, is around the 2150 zone, because this does I would say this is probably going down a little bit. That's fine. It gives you a great opportunity to buy in, buy a little bit more, buy in and hold a little bit more, or, the bottle buy in. Or, it'll go down further and the bottle DCA it all. It's okay. It happens. Yeah. Anyone got any questions? Want to talk about some poop coins? I don't know why I want to talk about poop coins today. There are so many. There are so many. How's Graph doing? Graph is poopy. That is poop. Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. You know what? I'm going to start taking colors off on things that I want to get rid of. That's looking bad. I am going to stop. Yeah, that's looking bad. There are some things that really are not looking really great. Matic is basically stable. It's straight across. That is straight across. So maybe another pump in the next week or so back up to 47 cents. Maybe not. Not going to drive me nuts. This is nothing I'm scared about. Looking over at XLM. That's looking poopy. Aave. Straight across. That's nothing I'm going to complain about too much. Yeah. Link is not looking too bad. Hey, I don't like that. I don't dislike that at all. Yeah, it's got a huge correction on it right now, but that's looking juicy. If it breaks below $27, that's not so juicy anymore. Synthetics, poop, File, the pooper poop. File is such a poop. I've been playing with Chiliz, Polkadot, Engine, and Link in the past few days. Yeah, Engine's got a lot of positivity about it. So does something called Render, which I can't get either of them. I think Engine's on Coinbase now, but I am not allowed Engine. Link, of course, has been doing pretty good. Chiliz, I can't get a hold of, but I would really like to buy some because I think the NFT craze, when something is going on, when a gold rush is going on, you buy the company that sells shovels, and Chiliz is selling shovels for sports NFTs. So I think it's a fun one. I think it's a great one. Polkadot is part of the Ethereum ecosystem, so Polkadot, as long as fees are way up there, I think Polkadot's going to be held. It's not going to go nuts. Do you think current prices are definitely discounts? I think a lot of prices are discounts. I think some prices are not as far discounted as they might get. You really got to be careful once you're getting outside of the top 10 coins by market cap. You really have to be utterly careful about it because there's always new projects that are good, that do well, and then droppity drop. I think YouTube blocked finance keyword, but yeah, what about the low cap coin APY? Low cap coin annual percentage yield. Do you have a specific coin you're thinking about? What are you talking about? It's funny that they blocked that keyword. I'll have to go through keywords again. This is my first time really streaming on YouTube, so I'm still getting the hang of what they do. CoinGecko, when we're looking at CoinGecko, your volume and market cap. Of course, our top market caps being Bitcoin and Ethereum. Binance Coin, if I could have Binance Coin, I would probably be owning a lot of Binance Coin because Binance Coin seems to be at that point in the market where it's ready to start really threatening and challenging Ethereum. And please do. We need these different coins to do this because it pushes innovation and it pushes them to actually deliver. And Ethereum has had no one challenging it. and they really need someone to challenge it. Oh, coin named APY. What is the coin named APY? Yet again, something I can't have. APY governance token. Oh, it's on Uniswap. Which one do I want to look at? We want to look at the USDC, which is just released. That is poopy. I wouldn't even touch that. It's gone below $1, and it looks like that is. Is there maybe a better trading pair that I'm not seeing? There's a wrapped version of it. There's the Uniswap APY. That is confusing. I'm sorry, but that is really confusing. There's 4 different versions of it. They're all only available on Uniswap. And so what I am gathering from this is it is Uniswap's version of BNB. Go buy yourself some BNB. If you can have BNB, the wrapped Ethereum version. Poop. Absolute poop. That's a poop. That is, yeah. That could literally go back down to, gosh, that's terrible. That's really nasty. How big is that move? 85% drop. Oh gosh, that hurts me in my special place. How much was that pump? I mean, it's a 1,200% pump. It's insane. Yeah, this looks a lot like what happened with File, where File just nailed through the roof. And I think we're all really excited about things like because of BNB. BNB is doing solid moves. Do I have BNB tracked? Yes, I do. I can't have it. It's doing solid moves. It is currently consolidating and getting ready for the next leg up. I wish I could have Binance. I wish I could buy it because it looks like it's doing well. But, once you start heading towards the $500 per coin, you're in that territory where people are saying, I can't buy a full thing. And he likes being, the largest channel on the interwebs. But his videos, they're very... yeah. Bum, BitTorrent. Yes, that is US dollar. Tether. Yeah, that's a poop coin. I have absolutely no connection to the idea of any of these projects that are past like the top 5. I fully understand and recognize that you're taking advantage of pumps, or I'm taking advantage of pumps, but the downward potential of some of these things too will wreck you. And that is wreckable. That is a nasty, nasty 70% drop, 68% drop. And it got everyone's hopes up too. I love when they do this. It went down like, 50%? And then it shot up 56%. But these people haven't made their money back. There's a bunch of people up here who bought. Whenever you see a candle like that, there are people who bought. There are people who are so far in the red on that. Oh, man. But, yep, so things are kind of calming down, quieting down. I am going to head off for my day. I've got some stuff going on today. I'm shooting some videos for some friends. We're going to have some fun downtown. I do all sorts of nasty projects, and people are trailing off. So I am going to get my day started. I hope you guys have an excellent day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do make sure you smash up the like button. Make sure that you are very nice and you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, Dario. Thank you, Dario, for tuning in. Rosalie for tuning in. Dreadnox1. Of course, our Rosalie, Selective VIP, Albavi, Christopher Wills. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Mr. Jack92, for popping in early. Do subscribe. Do smash up the like button. And, yeah, have an excellent Sunday.